Are you about to spend hundreds of dollars at the EPCOT Flower and Garden Festival and still miss some of the best foods and experiences? Because without a plan, that's what's going to happen. You're going to waste time, you're going to overspend, you're going to walk right past some of the things that are on your must-do list. So today I am sharing my best tips to get the most value out of this year's festival, from smart foods tips to the best times to go, so that you don't miss anything that you want to experience. So let's get into this. Okay, to start off this year, there's been a change in the food booths. They used to open at 11 a.m. and this year it's 11:30. So if you're looking to do some attractions, I would get those before. Also, get there as early as you can to the food festival booth because lines can get long. Another thing is prioritize what are your must-have food items. Get those first. You don't want to miss some of the things that you were really looking forward to because this on the menu also looked good, and so you added it to your tray. Another thing is they have the garden graze as part of the passport. Yes, pick up a passport. It has all the menu items and all the booths in it, as well as often will feature the topiaries you can find, as well as many other wonderful things included in it. But the garden graze, back to that. You select 5 items that are part of the qualifying garden graze. You'll see a little icon on it that lets you know it's part of it. And at the end, you will get a free festival treat for selecting 5 of those. Make sure you get your stamps too. Another thing is share food. Because the more you share, the more things you get to try. Otherwise, you're going to fill up and then you're going to miss some of the things that you were really looking forward to. It can get expensive. Some of the menu items run up to $12 sometimes at the festivals. So, budget. And if you are on the Disney dining plan, this is where to use your credits. Save all those snack credits for your festival day or days. You will get way more bang for your buck per credit by using them at the festival than you will at using them throughout the other parks. Another thing I really like to have with me is a tray. I'm not talking about a big cafeteria tray. On Amazon, I found these. These are great. They're nice little small trays, so you can hold one food item and a drink or a couple of food items on this tray. And it'll make it easier. Now this, I got in a 2-pack, so I've got 2 of these trays, and that way it makes it a lot easier for carrying all the food. Now, if there's somebody with you, have them carry the drinks and you carry the food on the trays. If you are drinking, it is going to be very, very important that you stay hydrated because, again, it's Florida and it's hot. So one thing I recommend is bringing a cup with you. So for me, I picked this one up. It fits nicely inside the pocket of my backpack. So I just fill this up in the morning, and then along the way, I stop at some of the quick service locations and ask them for a cup of water. Just refill my cup. Easy breezy. So that's some of my food tips for you. So if you are finding value right now in this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Now on to entertainment. The Garden Rocks concert series is back again this year, and it takes place Friday through Mondays. So there are 3 show times each day. They are going to be at 5:30, 6:45, and 8 p.m. If there's a band you really want to see, make sure you get in line early to catch that band. Lines can get quite long, especially from some of the really popular bands. For example, I have seen ridiculously long lines, and they start super early for the Beach Boys. Part of it is you got John Stamos, and, he's a favorite of many Disney fans. So if you don't want to wait in those long lines, but you still want good seating, I recommend taking this is my little, what I call a little cheat. Book a dining package. Dine for lunch at one of the restaurants. As part of a dining package, you will then get guaranteed seating for the Garden Rocks concert series. So it makes it nice and easy. You get a meal and you get a ticket without having to worry about waiting in a long line. If you're looking for some fun activities, they do have things like the butterfly garden. You can see the butterfly starting from a little in their little cocoon all the way up to being a beautiful butterfly. It's great for kids. They love it, especially if they are not afraid of bugs. So another thing, if you have little ones, that I recommend doing is you're going to need to take some breaks. And they do have a nice play area. So if you've been going around for a little bit, kids are getting tired of it, they're ready for a break, they want to get out some energy. My kids, I don't know about yours, but mine have way too much energy. I wish I had just like 5% of their energy, but I don't. So they keep going and going and going beyond the Energizer Bunny. So I need to wear them out sometimes. So head over to the play area, let them burn off some steam. Not only will they burn out some energy, but they will also be hungry after that. And then you can get back to your grazing. It's a good, easy way to do it. Some things, if you are looking for pictures, if you want to take photos of the beautiful topiaries and stuff, the earlier you do that, the better. You've got great lighting and less people in your photos. Later in the day, it gets quite busy and it's a lot harder to get those pictures. Also, photo pass photographers. Get pictures with them early in the day. Not only because the lines are going to be shorter to get with them, also, you're going to get hot and sweaty as the day goes on, and your picture is going to look better when you're not hot and sweaty. So early in the day, if you're looking for some nice family photos, do that then. And while you're there, make sure to ask them if they do any magic shots. They've got some real cool ones. Sometimes they do figment or orange bird, things like that. So I suggest asking them if they have a magic shot option. They're more than happy to do those for you. The gardens change every year. So if you like gardening and beautiful gardens and you're looking for ideas, get pictures early. One thing I did forget to mention earlier when I was talking about all those food tips, if you're like me and you like to collect popcorn buckets, sippers, things like that, do those early. In the past, they have had very cute orange bird things for the Flower and Garden Festival, like this little sipper right here with orange bird. So definitely pick those up early in the day. You'll have to carry them around, or you can put them in a locker because they do have lockers that you can purchase. But that way you get what you want because they do run out of those. Okay, on to my comfort tips because as I mentioned, this is Florida. It is hot. If you are not interested in seeing any of the bands, you just want to go for the food, the gardens, and the flowers, go Tuesday through Thursday. It's going to be less crowded because people aren't there to see the bands. If you do want to see the bands, but you don't want really big crowds, go Monday or Friday because everybody is at work and the locals come out and they go on Saturdays and Sundays and the lines for the food get so long. I never go on the weekends because I don't have the patience to wait in a line that long. Now it's going to be probably sunny and not just hot, but sunny. So make sure you bring your sunglasses as well as your sunscreen because you want to stay protected. Also, I have one of these cool little fans that I just bought, and I haven't even used it yet. But I suggest picking up a small little fan like this one. As you can see, I have small hands. I'm barely taller than 5 foot. So as you can see, it's smaller than my hand. And so you can put it in your pocket, you can put it in your bag, whatever. If you're just carrying like a fanny pack or waist bag, whatever you choose to call. I mean, there's like 100 names now for a fanny pack, but if you choose to wear one of those, this will easily fit in it as well. As I mentioned earlier about the passports, this is my one from Food and Wine. So you can see they're kind of tiny, which is nice and convenient because you can put it in your back pocket, and it's got foods, pictures, all kinds of goodies in it. Definitely make sure, as I said, stay hydrated, a fan, sunglasses, sunscreen. An easy way to pay is going to be, they do every year different kinds of wrist gift cards. So if you're not doing the Disney dining plan, which then it'll be on your Magic Band or your room key, or if you're an annual, if you're an annual pass holder, it'll be on your annual pass. But if you're not any of those, especially if you have a budget and there's like, you're like, I'm only going to spend $150 while I'm at the festival, gift cards. These are easy, go on your wrist. They're cute. This year, this is an older one, of course, but these are super cute. Like this year, they've got 2 different versions of them. So those are always nice. Because it is flower and garden and there's lots of flowers. It is spring. Some of the drinks and things are very floral or have florals. It attracts bees. So if you are allergic to bees, I highly recommend making sure you bring your EpiPen. If you just have seasonal allergies and pollen is an issue for you, take your Zyrtec, your Benadryl, make sure you have all those things you may need. If you're like me and you break out in hives, I recommend bringing your Benadryl cream just in case you need that. It does help. So one of my last things before I get to merchandise is going to be to plan breaks. It's hot. It can be a long day. Standing in lines, waiting for food. You're going to be eating a lot of food. So find a shaded area and sit down. It will get you off your feet for a little bit to relax. People watch. I enjoy people watching. People are interesting. So that's one good thing to do. Make sure that if you are looking for merch, as I mentioned before with the sippers and the popcorn buckets, get them early. If you are looking for things like pens and shirts and that kind of stuff, do that early on. Because again, those things do sell out, sizes sell out, especially if you wear a popular size. Medium and larges are always the first to go. So those are hard. Sometimes you end up just finding like the smalls and double X's. So if you fall in to the middle of the sizing range, which is going to be the most popular sizes, go get those early so you don't miss out on something you want. If it's a shirt, hoodie, spirit jersey, those kinds of things, definitely pick those up early. Yeah, so make sure you plan ahead because that's important. It makes it easy. That's part of this whole thing, is making it easier for you to plan ahead. Pick your foodie must-do items early on before you even get there. And if you are interested in whatever the new items are, make sure to check out this video. I talk about all of the new items and show pictures. So check that video out. And if you want an honest opinion about how everything tastes this year, subscribe, because I will be covering all of that in a very soon to be released video. I will be tasting as many of the new items as I can to share all of that with you so you know which ones to try and which ones you may want to pass if it's not one of the things that is part of your palette. Until next time, I'm Kristen from Dining at Disney, and bon appetit.